I got to keep the labels out?
No, I don't care. So look, my dad gives me a sponsorship. I don't care.
That would be cool.
Then I would care a whole lot. But until that point, I'm not too concerned. got a while. Awesome. Go to finally get and do this.
I mean, you both
been a while.
It's been too long. You asked me to do it a while ago, and I'm just like, man,
yeah,
I need to actually get over there and do it.
Yeah, dude, it's just like it gets hard, you know.
Well, everybody gets busy.
Yeah, that's the biggest hang up, I would say.
Everybody gets busy with life and work, and all of a sudden you don't have any time to have any fun anymore.
Yeah, all of a sudden you actually got like responsibilities and things. Maybe a cheers. Get a little. Put where you want to. There's no rules to the game.
No rules to the game?
Mm-mm. I need to be the first person to see how the first day went. Yeah. So I ran it for like the afternoon yesterday to see if it would, like, just see if the code would run.
Mm-hmm.
But today was the first day I let it like run. So.
Did you put money in? Like, did you give it?
No, I gave it like
money.
I just did paper trading. So like, it's just like $1,000 for.
Kind of like what we did in college when we were playing with models and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna give it like
real money
off the rip to be like.
Listen,
dude, that would have been crazy though.
Have you seen Is it? What is it called? Is it Copilot? Or no, it's not Copilot. It's something that tracks all of like the politicians' stock trading.
Mm.
But then I looked into it, and it's like. They don't have to report until 30 days
afterwards. So you're trading on late information.
So yeah, you're behind the fact. You're behind the 8 ball. So it's not even like you're getting an advantage after that.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit like propaganda for some of them. Of like, you know, it's like, oh, follow this like stock trader that's doing this, and yeah.
But all of them, dude, inside trade. Like it's just like, man, it would be so cool to be able to just track them like that. But like, it would if they have systems to show what they're trading, like, I mean, there's always holes in it. They're always going to be protected somehow, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Nancy Pelosi is just the best stock trader to ever.
The luckiest stock trader I've ever seen. It's unbelievable.
I've never saw anyone better. I mean, she really went in the wrong career path. You know, imagine if she could have dedicated 100% of her time.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Well, and you know what's the most interesting is like, you'll see people go into like political positions for work, and like all of their salaries and things, they're very public information. This is just something that I saw. I have never looked it up or anything, but so take this with a grain of salt. But I've seen like, hey, say somebody's going to be a senator or whatever else, and say they're getting paid. You can see it. Say they get paid $200,000 a year.
Yeah. And
you look at their net worth from when they started. Say their net worth is $800,000, or say it's $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 5 years from then, all of a sudden their net worth's like $35 million, and you're like, okay, they make $200K a year. They've been doing it for 5 years.
I see. There's some
now
incredible
they've got
compound.
$30 million in assets. How does what's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I think they're beating a 10% return a year.
I mean, they're smoking it, dude. It's like, man, it's so crazy because where we're at today is like everybody's got one of these. Everybody's got a computer.
Yeah.
There's no hiding anymore.
No.
And what's crazy is like they do it and they continue to do it, and like we see it, everybody calls it out, and like there's just nothing. Like it's
just kind of like.
Oh, yeah, they're lucky. Oh, yeah, they're good at trading. They made a good real estate move. It's like, okay, but how does this keep happening?
Yeah.
Like this is a pattern. You know what I mean? It's so
at some point you look at it and be like, dang, man, it seems like these dots connect.
Guys, come on here. Like,
maybe I'm just missing it.
At least try to hide it a little bit. Like, they don't even try.
No, it's just very much like, yeah, dang, hate that. Maybe we should make that illegal.
Nope. They're making too much money on it.
Darn, it didn't pass again. That's great.
That's tough.
Dang, bro. I was really rooting for it.
No, that's actually, I will say that was one of the things that I was looking into, because I was like, man, if there's a real system that can track in real time to follow politicians' stock trading, like, duh.
Yeah,
I'm in. That. Like, I'm in. How much do you want? You know what I mean? Like, whatever it takes, because you're just going to turn over your money so much quicker.
Yeah.
But it's just not the case, and we're not there yet, and they're just going to continue to do it.
I am still pretty positive that, like, stock ticker does pretty well.
Yeah.
For what it does, like, even though it is kind of delayed.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine they're purchasing it, like, at peak like, you know, if you're getting a tariffs coming down, or like you're having an embargo on like oil or something, you're buying it further out, like at the lowest possible price, or and that way you're selling it, you know. But
it's also like, how much time in the day do you really have to look at that? Like,
yeah,
and that's one of the things that I've been messing a ton with, and I know you have because I've seen your LinkedIn posts and things like that. Claude.
Yeah, it's a new innovative,
crazy things.
That's what, dude, I was talking to Graham about it the other. Saw him, me and Luke, and Graham Burton. We went to dinner together. We were talking about it, and it's like Graham trades full. That's what he does, like full day trade. Yeah. But I was talking to him, and it's like, dude, unless you're 100% in, I mean, you're essentially going like red or black. Like you're not looking at the charts. You're not reading it. You're not in. Like if you're not into it, you're out of it. You can't be 1 foot in.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be something you're interested in. But it makes it hard because everybody's like, oh, you should invest in this and that, and it's like, well, I know nothing about that. Like, why should I do that? And it's like, oh, it's the best. Like, just trust me. It's like, why? And it's like they can't tell you. You're like, okay,
yeah. But Claude and like those, they're changing. I don't know. I'm curious to see what all they can do. Like
the stuff that it has done for me, and I know that I have not even scratched the surface. I've been insanely impressed with, because like ChatGPT, like when we were in college, it was like, okay, ChatGPT came out. This thing's great. This is awesome. It can write summaries. It can draft emails. It can do the small task, and then it started upgrading. It got so much better, and you could do essentially whatever you wanted to do, and then. Here come all these other platforms with all the open AI stuff, and all of a sudden here comes Claude, and it gives you the ability to have an AI worker without you having to monitor anything, without you having to input anything.
Yeah.
You give it directions, you set it up, and it's autonomous. Now, that's kind of scary too, right? Because like I've seen the horror stories of people being like, yep, set up my Claude, like it went and traded, gave it $10,000. All of a sudden I'm like, somehow I'm down $20,000. I'm not sure how that happened. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. I think that's where it's dangerous, that you're giving people that don't understand what it is and just like free will to do whatever you want with it. And investing's a clear place where that could go wrong. Also making like large scale decisions, another place where it could go clearly wrong. Because let's say you give it a data sheet, that means you're not reading every input in anymore, which good and bad. You don't know. You're trusting it that it read every number correctly. And I would say it does 99% of the time, crushes it, not a problem.
But the one time it doesn't.
But the one time it doesn't, and you're banking some major deal on that,
it's gone.
So I mean, to me, it's just like the same thing of if you're going to go hand a report, is it like someone under you hands you a report and you have to read it before giving it to like public or boss, whoever it is, you're going to look over it and read it. Don't just take it and be like,
not even
good, done.
Kobe.
I don't care who gave it to me, like at least like give it a skim. And I think that's where a lot of people, I don't know, you see like law cases with it where it's just like,
dude,
it's like, oh, in the Batman Superman trial, it's like, okay,
here.
I think y'all just missed that.
Yes,
that's on y'all for incompetence.
No, dude, it's a crazy world, and like the thing that it's doing, and I've experienced it. Like it makes you a little lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it makes you like, hey, like maybe the PDF that came over that I skimmed over, like I should have probably read that line by line. Like I probably should have gone through that. And the fact that some people have more trust in AI to do it better is it's good and it's bad, because it's like, man, you don't want to trust it to do it better than you. Maybe it can do certain things better, but like it's gonna always have to have a human governor, because if it doesn't, it can just start going in the wrong direction really quickly.
Yeah. I think the other challenge that I see with it is, what is our trust level going to be with it? So like a human, if they're scoring, 90% of the time they're right, how much does AI have to get to that like you trust it pretty implicitly?
Well, see that's
like
and I think that's why people trust it so much, is because 99% of the time it probably is
pretty right,
either right or more accurate than you would be. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's where people get caught up. Is like, man, why would I, go do a brief on something and spend 4 hours on it when this thing could knock it out in 5 minutes? And it's like, okay, then you just remove a human element, and you're like, now all of a sudden, you don't know what's going on. You haven't read the brief. You're not involved in that deal, and all of a sudden, you're relying on this thing for information, and it's like, what if somebody back ends that, hacks in, throws bad information in there? Like, what if somebody gets access to a big deal that you're doing? You know what I mean? Like, you just got to be really careful with it.
Yeah. I would think it's more like, I don't know, that part doesn't worry me as much as the fact of, I'm not entirely worried about, like, anyone getting access to, like, your information through it, since it's such, like, a big, like, if you're using ChatGPT, it's such a large...
It's like, who's going to want Cason Whitmire's information or Dylan's information?
Yeah, but also who's like going in and like plugging in the algorithm with like actually training it. So like you would have to be a pretty corrupted person to go in there and like feed it such large amount of information that like the model starts to learn off of that. Like the time, I'd have to imagine, and I'd imagine they also have some failsafe, or maybe I'm just optimistic that there's some failsafe that is like, hey, user B's really like blowing us up with like
something's going on here.
Something might be going on over there.
I've never had activity at 3:30 in the morning on this thing.
Yeah, it's like, well, okay, maybe, I'm assuming that there's like some flags that pull up. So like that part doesn't worry me. The fact of the matter is like, for like, if you're looking at like a contract and you have a 100-page contract and you just throw it through there and it flags a couple important things, well, maybe you told it to say 5, and it gave you 5.
Yeah.
But there's really 10 points that you needed to hit. And so now you just missed, like,
a lot.
You're kind of caught with your pants down because you have no idea what's getting talked about. So I think it's really just a struggle of, it can summarize and you can do everything it asks you, but do you know what's really in that document that, like, you need to be, like, working with? Because if you don't, you're not asking the right questions. It's a normal, I mean, I'd say it's part of life. If you don't know what the questions asked are, you don't ask them.
Right. It's like, why would you just let this AI run with it? Like, at that point, you're not even doing anything anymore.
Yeah.
And so a thing that I've found helpful is like, if it's a super complicated contract or, whatever it is, or there's something you can't understand, like, I'll put that in there and then I'll have it side by side to show me like, hey, here's the contract, here's their interpretation. I'm like, hey, tell it to me like I'm in middle school. Tell it to me like I'm in 5th grade. And it'll walk me through, line by line. And it's like, man, if I go through the contract and I'm okay, I got it, understand that, seen that twice, like, understand, okay, this is different. I don't understand the language here. Yeah. That's when it's helpful to be like, okay, explain this to me. And then it can kind of draw it out for you. And so that's where I think it's super, super helpful. Because trust me, I love AI. Like, I've got the whole Claude subscription. Like, I'm in.
If you like Claude, do you have both Claude and Chat, or do you just go Claude?
So I was with Chat for a little bit, and then Claude came out, and I was like, this is way better. I'm never going to use Chat again. Went to Claude, and then I started doing like housing flip, like image generation things, and Chat just is by
Chat
far
does a very good job.
Yeah, their image editing and like almost, what's the word I'm looking for? Rendering, like creating renders of stuff. Like, it's so good at that.
I think conceptual designs does a very good job at. My thing I'm still skeptical with it is like numbers, like distances. I don't implicitly trust anything that it gives me of like, this is supposed to be 2 feet and it looks like...
Oh, yeah, no.
They
don't... Nothing scales right.
Scales messed up. But like for an overall idea of something, it does a very good job.
Well, I was about to say, I think the problem with the scale like has to be... Like, you probably have to get to a point where your camera or whatever you're taking that picture, like, essentially is measuring everything in there. Because if you can't get to a point where it does that, like, you've seen the pictures where, like, maybe you've continued to turn while you took it, and, like, the sidewalk looks longer than it actually is, or whatever else. So unless they get to a point where you can take a picture of a house or, whatever, this table, whatever it is, and it starts automatically, like, scaling those and telling you how big they are, which I'm sure one day that's going to happen.
Well,
that's when it becomes,
we're talking through this. I think part of the problem might be I never give a scale of what the picture is.
Exactly.
And I bet that probably does not help. Like,
it doesn't help it when it doesn't know. Like, if it's just looking at a house, it's like, hey, I'm looking at an image here. I don't know if that's 8 foot, 10 foot, 6 foot. Like,
if I was looking at a house, I'd do the same thing. Like, man.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would have to be, like, the cameras would have to get to a point where
I think that's a good trial now of seeing what it could do if you gave it like a scale.
I mean, but we see it. They're like, we've got the measurement app on iPhone, and so like you can do it now. It's weird and it doesn't work great.
I don't know. It'll be janky. It'll be like you'll go like 2 feet, and then all of a sudden it's like 16. You're like,
hold on, that's all right.
That's not.
So it's got ways to go, but there's a path for it.
But it's that the vision's there, for sure. I think Claude really does well on like writing things.
Yeah.
I think it does like pretty good job on that. The one feature I have really liked, the design. I don't know if you've messed with it at all, but it lets you take like PDF formatting for like a report or I don't know, whatever you're trying to send out. And it basically gives you like an editable PDF. And so instead of it being like a static PDF, where chat will be like, here's this PDF that sometimes
you can't edit.
You can't do anything with, even if you're like, oh, just move the word box down, and then
all of a sudden it's on like the top. It breaks.
It just
like, no.
Yeah,
we've been doing this for 30 minutes. No.
So on there, you can actually just edit it like you're in like Adobe Illustrator or like whatever, and it just does it, and it's like, okay, that's pretty helpful.
Yeah, it's so cool to see all the stuff they can do. I will say that there's been times that I've been messing with it just because it entertains me so much. Mm-hmm. And like, I will try so hard to make something work. And you know how it is, because sometimes it just breaks. And like, sometimes it just can't understand what you're trying to get it to do. And I think the input from what I'm giving it's probably wrong. But I sit there and like, I'm thinking back to the other day when I was trying to get it to turn, a very simple task. Something I could have done very quickly by myself. It was like, hey, let's turn this Excel spreadsheet into a PDF document, but let's scale it down to where it fits on the same page. Like, I don't want it to be a horizontal PDF or whatever. And so it started to do it, and it just broke every which way. And I just kept trying and kept trying and kept trying. And finally it did it. Yeah. And I finally got the input right, but it probably took me, I don't know, longer 15, 20 minutes. And I was like, man, if I just did this myself, it would have taken me 3 or 4 minutes. Like,
but you run into like your cost. It's like
I'm like, I was like, I'm already halfway through this. Like, it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
It's like if I stop now and do it myself, I just definitely double the amount of time.
I've wasted. Yeah.
But like if I just commit and keep trying,
got to see it through my way.
At some point, you just kind of your like cost of return just gone. It's like you kind of ship sailed. That's where like the design feature would probably work in your favor there.
Well, I think a lot of the time, instead of like, I need to be more specific in like the models I'm using. Mm-hmm. So like, depending on what I'm doing, like if you're doing deep research, use the Opus one. Like if you're doing, obviously if it's a regular question, the Sonnet. But like, there's different tools and things to use, and I've seen them. And
have you created any like projects for yourself?
Yeah, I've created a bunch of projects, like financial projects. Yeah. If it's maybe a project that I was working on at work or, whatever else. And then I'll have my personal ones. The projects are really cool.
Projects change the game.
Just hold all the files, keeps a memory bank. Like, that's huge.
Have you added like in like profiles for them?
Like,
so like if you go in like the settings, you can add in like instructions for it.
Oh, yeah.
On how it needs to operate.
I got deep into it one night. And I started pulling packages off of like Reddit. Yeah. And I like uploaded them to like how it should respond to basically become this like, I don't even know what it was. It was like an underwriting model pretty much. And I remember I got on there and, it keeps the same chat open that you were working on last sometimes. And I asked it a random question. I don't even know what it was, man. I think it was like, how much protein's in the grilled chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A? But I was in that project and it was like, Cason, this really isn't in my wheelhouse. I'm a real estate assistant, but here's some information. It's like, whoa, my bad, bro. Hey, my bad. I was like, I give this thing too much power. This thing's over here like, Cason,
why are you back talking me, bro?
I'm like, dude, this thing's back talking me right now. I'm like, what? Crazy. I'm paying to get back talked right now. This is unbelievable. No, it's so good. And I was like, wow, I just got roasted by an AI. So I'm like opening a new chat and I'm like, okay, can I ask you how much protein's in a Chick-fil-A nugget? Like, or are you going to give me lip too? Like, what's going on here?
Guess who's about to get deleted?
I'm going to chat GBT. Get out of here.
Yeah, I've had that happen as well. And it's kind of like, seriously? Are you joking me right now?
It's like, dude, did you really just give me out? Did you call me? You really called me by name? Like, what's going on here? Like, you got a problem?
We're on first name basis.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, all the things that we've been through, and now you're talking back to me.
All those like random questions I've asked, and then all of a sudden you come back with this.
It's so good.
It's wild. It's going to be interesting to see what it does.
Have you seen? And I don't know if there's any truth to this, but the mythos.
I've seen a lot about it, and I don't know if it's true or not.
See, I don't know if it's true,
but I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah. It's like, yo, this thing's so powerful. It can hack any website and exploit anything. And
well, did you see like the first story?
Right. Well, I don't know. I've seen so many things.
I'll leave with the story that I saw first about it, because I thought it was wild. I don't know if it's true or not. I'll leave it at that. I try to lead with that now before I get into the story.
Have to nowadays. I really don't know what's true and what's. There's so much information.
I go with if it's on the internet, it's definitely true because that's obviously the best way to go about it. But the first story that I saw was that they created like this jail for it, of like this digital jail of like it was supposed to be unbreakable, like no one could like code their way or
there was an image to that post, right? Like I saw there was an image to that,
probably
or something.
There's something to it.
Like I saw this.
But then they left it for like a day or so in there, just like running, seeing if it could break out. And then all of a sudden, the developer got like an email on his phone, and it's like, "I'm out." It was from like the chatbot. Now that could be completely fabricated,
dog.
But you can kind of believe it.
That's crazy. Well, and the thing that scared me that I was looking at, and I was like, it's still kind of cool because it's so interesting to read about.
Oh yeah,
it's like, man, they released like a beta or a trial or whatever it was to whomever it was to do the testing on it, and I forget the exact numbers and statistics, but it was like a super high percentage of like websites that could be exploited and turned around in the same day. And effectively hacked into and changing their code to like eliminate access to whoever created it.
That's what
and I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, Luke was telling me about one story of that, and I'm pretty sure this one's actually true. Was that it went through one of the cybersecurity companies, and it found a line of code in there that has been wrong for like 20 years, and it tanked like the whole industry.
That's crazy.
And I. Pretty sure that's real because the industry did like have a drop. Now, if it's related to that story,
I don't know. Could be.
I don't know. Not 100% sure. Once again,
did Nancy Pelosi short it?
I mean,
it's probably exactly what happens.
But yeah, so I was like, wow, that's a problem because if that's been wrong, someone's definitely like found it.
Well, and that's the issue. Is like I think that there's so many like things that are up and running now that there's so much code that's already done. I don't think that people are going back and rewriting this code. Like, obviously, there's cybersecurity trying to strengthen it up and beef it up. But, like, if you're telling me that some random model that Anthropic came out with can just effectively go do that in 5 minutes, like, we got a serious issue.
I feel like, dude, I hate seeing Anthropic. Anytime I see, like, them come up, I know it's going to be something just, like, terrible.
Yes.
It's going to be like, guess what? AI is turning into like the Terminator.
Yes, Department of Defense has bought Anthropic. We now have automatic tanks.
Yeah, whatever the CEO's name is needs to stop tweeting. He needs to get him out of the year and stop letting him.
And then it's also like you're on Instagram and you're like, it'll be the CEO shaking hands with like the director of the Department of Defense. You're like, yo, is this a real image or not? And then, so you go to the images and you're like, are you going to comments? You're like. And nobody knows. Everybody's like, oh, this is AI. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Dude, I saw him there. It's like, is that a fake? Is that a chatbot in the chat?
It's like, what can I believe? So, I don't know. I think sometimes you just got to pull back from it and remember, like, all right, that was cool. Let me set that aside and, like, remember to go touch grass every now and then.
Yeah, you kind of just got to be like, man, that's crazy.
It's like, there's nothing you can really do about it.
Hope someone else figures that out, because I'm not. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just so fascinating though. It grabs your attention.
Oh, I have way too much. I spend way too much time using it.
Well, because it's so useful for like everything you can do.
And I found myself like sometimes I'm not even going to Safari or Google anymore. Like, I just use it as like sometimes I just use it as a glorified search engine, and like.
That's arguably its best.
I mean, I got this thing running projects, XYZ, and everybody's like, other people have this thing like loading in, and like different workers running around. I'm like, dude, sometimes like I just need to know like what kind of meal I need to get at Tropical Grill to be like the most healthy. You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes
Dude,
I just
are you on the Starbucks chat GPT?
Yeah, like sometimes I just need to know what's going on. I just need a quick little read on something, and then it gives me lip, and I'm like, well, here we are again.
Right. Now I'm done. Now I'm back out.
Yeah, dude.
It's funny you say that because Mark, I was talking to him about it, and he was like, "Well, really, it's like Google getting replaced because like I only use chat now to like search anything." He's like, "Why would I go Google this?"
Dude, my dad cracks me up so bad because he is not tech savvy. I mean, you know my dad.
Yeah.
Like, so if he's got a question or something, instead of just looking it up, he'll call me. Like I'll sit there, and so he's been doing a lot of these like house flip projects. And,
yeah.
You know, I'll be working or doing whatever during the day, and he'll call me at like 11 a.m. or whatever time it is. He's like, Cason, I just sent you some pictures. I really need you to go on ChatGPT and upload it and just tell it to add this banister that we've got. And like, here's the picture for that. I'm like, Dad, everything that you just sent me, put it in chat.
You could have just told chat.
That's all you have to do. Like, you called me and sent it to me. You could have just sent it to ChatGPT and it would have done the same thing for you. He's like, no, it's not working right. It's not working right. And I'm like, I'll show you how to do it. But
just do a voice memo on it. Like,
no, dude. And that's probably the issue is like, you'll see the way he texts sometimes, and you'll be like, for example, let me just read you the text.
Yeah, it's not like getting a text from your dad, and you're just like, I don't know how this relates to anything in the world. What's going on?
Hold on, I'm just gonna read this to you. Listen how choppy this is. It's so good, man. Okay. So he called me before he sent me this. Sorry, there's a whole. So he sent me everything, and I sent it back to him with everything he wanted. He said, "Yep, do it with a white garage door." I said, "Sweet. Anything else you want changed?" Here's his next text to me. Can you just add the arbor and paint now changes in windows or doors or brick? Just arbor over what's there, over door, and maybe over the whole porch. I said, I think I even called him. I was like, what? Did you...
Brother, I figured out why your chat's not working.
Yeah, I was like, there's a clear reason why chat's not working, because, like, I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know that a robot's going to pick that up either. Like,
dude.
That's not even English. Like, you're not putting... There's no... I mean, you're not even making sentences here.
No, you just have Mythos probably over there tripping. It's like, no, I'm going back in my cell, bro.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I can't deal with this. No usage limits up. Can't do it.
Dude, that's my beef with Claude, though.
Yes.
When I'm paying you $20 a month and I see usage limit,
oh my gosh,
I'm like,
and you're like, okay, you have to wait till 3:37 p.m. to use it next. It's like, dude, just build the data center already. Like, just build it. We know it's coming. Just build the other one.
Put it down there. It's like,
I'm not paying $100 a month to use this thing. I will not do that. I cannot do that.
It's like, dude, I'm not using it for like 12 hours of the day when I'm asleep. Like, kick it down the road. Like, what are we doing?
Well, and I've seen people do the things where they'll basically make a project or like go in the instructions and give it, and they format it a certain way to where they're like, you know, format response, or like, and they put brackets on it to where it just understands it so much better. And basically what they'll say is dumb it down for me, give me a lot less output from what I'm giving you, and essentially it'll just
save your usage.
Yeah, it'll just save your usage because they're not using, you know, they're not giving you 5 paragraphs for something that really just needs a sentence.
Yeah.
So that's the issue I have, is like sometimes I've got to get it to shorten things up because I'm like, hey, this is a simple question and you just completely overcomplicated it.
Yeah.
And so it can do that, and I think sometimes that's where the usage limits just, they get under my skin too.
It creeps up on you. See, that's why you need chat though. It's like you need the kind of dual, because like chat, I can just put in there whatever.
Oh yeah.
Whatever question I'm thinking of. It's like, don't care, no limit.
Claude's more of like project orient. Like,
yeah.
I want to make sure I can continue working on the same project. I feel like chat's kind of like the quick and.
I think it's a quick answer.
Yeah.
It's like if I want to ask this line by line, I can, and
it'll be good.
It doesn't matter because no one can tell me not to.
Yeah, dude. AI is wild. I wonder where it's going to be in 10, 20 years. Like, it's gotten so much better. Like, the learning curve it's had from, like, when it came out and we were in college to where we are now.
Yeah. Like,
dude, could you imagine if we had that in college? Like,
well, that's what it's like been so when I got into grad school, the first project that I worked on as like a graduate assistant was for this professor that was going to get his PhD, basically. And so he was trying to create a chat bot to look through like planning documents. And at that point in time, you couldn't just upload PDFs. So what we had to do was go through and like break them down into text files and then run them through like code. But then about 2 years later, when I get to do mine, like thesis, I just have PDFs in there, just straight up. I pulled PDF off, didn't do anything to it, and can just put it in there, and it knows exactly what it's talking about. Which sounds simple, but like when you look at a PDF and you see how they're formatted to not really be like readable by like a machine, pretty much, that's pretty game changing. Yeah. Like that's a huge step in probably a year and a half.
Oh yeah, well I remember the same thing when I was like, I try to put something in a chat, like read this, I read over this, and it's like I can't read this, I can't read this, I can't read this, because there's no text to it, right? It's a PDF view, and so now, I mean, exactly what you said, like Claude, you'll put it in, and you literally see it, it'll be like accessing tool, debugging, rewriting, and you're like, it just did it so easily and turned it around like that.
Yep, and now it can give you a PDF document, like no problem.
It's so cool. You know what's crazy is like. And this could all be so fake, man. I can't, like, I'm telling you, dude, I've had nights where I've just, man, I need to put my phone up and go to bed.
I'm just getting propaganda left and right.
Well, dude, it's like, I'll sit there and this guy will have, what are they called? Is it, like if you have a separate server for your Claude bot, essentially for OpenClaw, what is that called? Is that
like a cloud drive or something?
Yeah.
Where like it's just running by itself?
API or something, I forget what it's called, but it's basically essentially saying like I have an API or whatever it is running at all times to where I can just dispatch it from my phone, tell it to go do something. And so I've had a guy that, you know, I've worked with for a little while, and so he bought the Mac Mini.
Yeah.
And he hasn't figured it out yet. He's got a friend who's going to help him code it, but he's basically going to try to use it for real estate. And so he's going to try to essentially have this thing like constantly scanning deals, or like looking at what's available.
Yeah.
Also, to another point of that, having like an underwriting agent, having, you know, an outreach agent, a marketing agent, to where, hey, they go find something, boom, it goes from here to the underwriting agent, underwrites it and either gets rid of it or passes it on to the next if it goes through that.
Yeah.
So he's having trouble coding it, and his friend's gonna help him out with it. And it's one of those things like if you can get it to work, it could be great.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I think where we're at now is like, it works good up until a certain point. And I think that there's so much time and effort being put into it, like it just takes a while to get there.
Yeah, it's kind of what's that next big leap really going to be? That, like, I think for young professionals, it's extremely useful. I think for people that are more like in an independent industry, of whether that's like your own business or like real estate, where you're kind of more like, I need to be good, like you're a little bit more on your own.
Yeah.
It's helpful because it is just that 24/7 assistant. But kind of as you get higher up, and it's like more, you get into a big corporation, now you're more concerned about like data privacy, and you're more concerned about like how is this being used, and like,
well, then you have to be reserved.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't want to give it access to all this stuff, but it's also like, hey, there's somebody out there at the same position that's probably using it, and they're just going to be, like, if they have an idea of how it works, like, they're just going to be so much more ahead.
Yeah.
It's just, and that's the crazy thing to think about. And even, like...
Well, that's where it's like in small companies, are you going to see a shift in, like, how much, like, can small companies now compete? Because now you can have really a one-man crew or a handful that can do the same work because they don't have any restrictions.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's going to be a huge shift of, there's going to be a lot of big businesses that fall, and there's going to be a lot of small businesses that rise, and I think, you know, there's going to be also big businesses that go higher up, just because if you are not integrating AI at this point, which, you know, every company should be at this point.
I think everyone's looking how to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the challenge.
Well, because if you don't, like, let's be honest, you're going to be irrelevant in 5-10 years.
Yeah, I think you're falling behind so far in efficiency.
You are.
That, like, that's what it is. It's efficiency, really, is what it comes down to, is the fact that you can now do things. You're saving hours, you're saving time of, all right, if I had to go ask someone repetitively, how do I do this task? You know, versus I can kind of figure it out for the most part by yourself by just talking with it.
That's what's super useful. That's what I found super useful because, I mean, dude,
you don't know everything when you're starting out, you know?
No, absolutely not. And it's like, dude, I can even think back to when I was in 6th, 7th grade. Like, I was always the kid with too many questions.
Yeah.
And so something like this for me is like, it's so easy just to use as a backboard because I don't have to go ask 12 questions to somebody that might not have the time or the bandwidth for it. Like, I can just sit there and chat with it, and like maybe I have one question for the guy now. Maybe I understand everything except for how to connect it. Like maybe, you know, it just gives you so much more, and it's like as long as you're using it the right way, it's such an advantage. But it's also like the flip side of that, of this whole AI thing really is like, at what point do we draw a line?
Yeah.
Like at what point are we going to be like, at what point do you stop automating stuff? Because then I mean, essentially, on the path that we're on,
you just keep automating away everything.
You're automating away everything to make life so easy. Like you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of WALL-E. You remember the people on WALL-E that just had the little floaty chairs and they were like just riding everywhere? Like that's what it's gonna be. And like, you know, the ship or whatever, like everything's fully like automated and we just listen to, and it's like, God, like where's the line of like, man, surely not in 100 years people aren't listening to an AI, right? Like, golly, or taking advice. Like, it's just scary. I don't know where the line is because it's like, it's so cool and everybody wants to use it. And if you don't use it, you get left behind. But it's like at some point, it turns into a zero-sum game because everybody's going to be out of a job. Nobody's going to do anything. Everybody's just going to be lazy. Yeah. And like,
well, you kind of have the exponential curve eventually has to like either flatten out or like, what comes after that's a pretty like interesting future. But to me, it's like, where's the value of human judgment? Where is that? Like, how do you necessarily value that? And that's, you know, I think that's part of the problem is the fact that you don't have like a clear, oh, that's worth X amount, you know? So when you go to make a decision, is it better to just go by, let's take the law of averages and this thing's running all the calculations? Or it's, I have a bad feel for this. I don't like the numbers. You know, and it's not necessarily, numbers might look good, but I have a bad feel from talking.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess if you just get two chatbots talking to each other, whatever.
Never-ending loop. Never-ending loop. I think there's something to be said about human
intuition. I think that's a lot of it, though.
Yeah. I mean, and going back to your human intuition stuff, like, Abby, for some reason, has crazy intuition. I don't know what it is or whatever, but she just gets... It seems like there's been certain times where, like, she gets a weird feeling in her stomach right before something bad's about to happen. And she's told me of instances, or, like, I've been in an instance where it's happened, and, like, it's crazy. And it's, like, it's not something you can explain or describe.
Yeah.
It's, like, to your point, how do you put value on human intuition? You can't. But, like, sometimes you talk to somebody or you see something that's about to happen or you just get a bad feeling about something. And it's like, man, that's not something a robot can do. Like, God gives us that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason you're getting that feeling. You know what I mean? Like, there's something to be said for that. And I don't know how you put a value on it or not, but it's definitely not AI that gets it.
No, I'll have to agree with that. I think there's also just something to a trust factor of, I think no matter how much you use the internet, it's always kind of like a leery... I don't know. I mean, it's
fall
not
down rabbit holes.
Yeah, it's not like unsettling to like do a deal through the internet, or like through a Zoom call. But when you're face to face and you're feeling with it, there's actually like
it's so much better.
There's a lot more trust, or there's no trust. I mean, there's you either build that or you don't have it.
Well, because you can tell,
and that's and
you can tell like what their motive is behind it, like. You know, and it's probably harder for others, and I'm not saying it's easy for anybody, especially me, but like, if you go talk to somebody about something that's going on, you can typically tell if they're being genuine, or if they're not really paying attention, or if there's an ulterior motive. Like, you just have that feeling.
Yeah.
And what I'm afraid of is, like, losing that feeling. It's like relying so much on Zoom calls and phone calls and, emails and AI and everything to where, like, I don't want to become numb to that feeling.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that I have a little bit because of how much computer work that we do and how much we're behind screens. But
yeah,
I mean, it's simple stuff. Like, I come hang out with you, or like we go play golf. Like, that's not like it's not tangible. You can't replace that with anything,
Right?
Especially not sitting behind a computer. You know?
No, I think the other part's gonna. I think for like the way that I've kind of thought about it is like in planning, for like a city or something. The whole goal of it is to go out and you need to engage people. You need to see what the people actually want. And so to me, there's just a definitive limit of how much you can actually use AI to advance that industry anyway. Like, at some point, you have to go out and meet people where they are. You can't just, like, sit behind there. Now, my argument is, if you're a small city, a small place, and you don't have a big planning staff or you don't have a lot of resources, you just saved so many hours of having to sit there and write out a 100, 200-page document.
Yep.
You just saved on creating images or like whatever it is.
And that's the positive to it.
And that's the positive. But now you can take that money and go out and use it either on more public engagement or use it on building up a staff or whatever, XYZ. So to me, it's like there's clear boundaries because, you're not going to engage even if AI wrote like a survey. Your engagement rate's going to be pretty low on just a straight digital survey. You're not going to get the people. So unless you're having physical in-person meetings, you're
missing
you're kind of missing
half of the business. Yeah. Or really, what could be arguably, the essential part of the business, right?
Yeah. And so I'd say with like sales and a lot of jobs that involve sales of some degree or like contracts and you're dealing with other people, although it's not the same as like what I'm talking about. I mean, there is still that fact of the matter of you have to go out and actually meet them.
Yep.
You have to go interact with them.
Shake their
a lot,
hand, walk around with them. Yeah.
A lot of the business is just going through. It's being there. It's not like the contracts and all the numbers are important. You need to understand that and all of that. But the in-person stuff is really. I mean,
that's where a deal gets done.
I think that's where it gets done. I think anyone would argue that across any point in time.
100%.
It's just now the fact of the matter is you need to be able to also understand what's underneath the deal, where AI could probably do it all for you. But if you don't know,
let's
if
keep
you don't
it
know
on
your
the back
stuff,
end, not the front end.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's continue to be the front end and talk with everybody. And it's like, hey, it's great, use it, let it save you time. But I think there's somewhere to stop with it, and I don't know where it is. But
I don't know. We're gonna find the line soon, though. I'll have to think. Well, on that very different note, I didn't plan to go down this hole, but
here we go. Let's hear it.
There we go. I guess now we can kind of transition a little bit, go a different path. Go a little bit more into you.
Oh boy.
What was it like growing up? Pebble Creek? Enjoyed it? Loved it?
Dude, yeah.
Big time?
We always had something going on.
Yeah.
It was whether it was swim team, baseball, riding around on the golf carts, whatever it was, walking out playing some golf. I mean, it was. I feel like at all times I had 4, 5, 6 friends my age that were like always down to do something.
Yeah.
And it was just a blessing. It was so much fun.
I feel like it was a fun neighborhood to grow up into. Just from like people that I kind of met through being there. And I think there's something to it of being in the neighborhood of y'all just got to go out and like I don't know. Imagine you kind of had the last little bit of like in the street lights come home.
Yeah, dude, it was. I'm telling you, like it was so cool. Caleb Childers, one of my best friends in the world. I remember when we lived in our old house in our old neighborhood. He lived right down the street to the right, and we still had home phones.
Yeah.
And so, dude, I memorized his mom's phone number and his dad's phone number, and the landline number. So every day, especially during summertime, like I grab the house phone, try Miss Amy, call her, she didn't pick up, call Mr. Jason, boom, call whatever it is, and one of them will pick up, and I'm like, Caleb busy? I'm like, nope. Yep. Walk down the street, and like it was just assumed, like, hey, me and Caleb about to go hang out, do whatever, mess around on the golf course, whatever it is, and we'll be back by dinner. Like that was just the expectation. And dude, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
And it's scary because like nowadays you
don't have that.
I feel like you don't see that anymore, right? Like you don't see the kid. Like you see kids out there playing and stuff, but dude, you don't see the kids out there, like 2-3 of them just like gooning down the neighborhood anymore.
Yeah, just goofing off.
Yeah, because everybody's so scared of the world now, and everybody has a phone, so everybody sees, bad things happening, and obviously phones and iPads and whatever else.
Well, I think that's also the problem. It's not like you have an iPad and you say inside.
Like it used to be, hey, like
yeah.
It was either, hey, we might watch TV for a little bit, but like
we're probably going outside for most of the day, and then it's like come back in.
You don't get a whole lot of screen time. It's like, man, I'm going to hang out with my friends outside. Like we got stuff going on today. I'll be back by dinner.
Yeah, that's what I really feel like. It was the last. Maybe we're just getting old now, to where it's like, oh, this generation.
Yeah, no, we are getting old. No, we are getting old because I've looked at it.
But like talking to other people on here, and it's they're like 80s, 90s, 2000s, like growing up. And I really feel that was the last time where it was like, just come home. Like, I don't know, we weren't exactly.
Like, find my iPhone or tracking or.
Because we didn't really have that until like late high school was really when like that was a thing. Mm-hmm. We had other parts of technology, like throughout growing up.
Yeah, the iPod Touch or the Wii. Dude, the Wii.
The Wii cooked.
God. Dude, the Wii. You want to talk about some Guitar Hero or...
Dude, get baseball on there.
Oh, baseball. Wii Tanks. Dude, remember
Wii
pulling
Tanks,
all-nighter? Wii Tanks, me, you, and Mark?
Yeah.
Man, there's something to be said about Wii Tanks.
That's an electric game.
Might have to bring the VIP Mark in here.
Yeah.
For that one. Golly, man.
Give him some lessons. Dude, it is one of the most perfect games ever. You really couldn't go better than that.
Dude, you remember when we would just... And I don't remember what grade we were in, but,
It kind of blurs.
Yeah, I was about to say elementary, middle, whatever we were in. Mm-hmm. It was just like, Mom, can I go spend the night at Dylan's house tonight? All right, sweet. Yep. All right, cool. We'd go over and, like, go up, play Xbox, go outside, do whatever. Like, dude, I remember the first time we hung out, we were in the backyard of your house, and we were jumping over horse poop. Like, it was the best thing ever.
Had the horse manure.
Yeah, and we had the little
trailer,
ramp going
and you have
up,
a ramp you could go over it.
Dude, we had the greatest time ever, just jumping over poop.
Just doing dumb stuff. What? And you're like, why is that?
Yeah. And, dude, I remember we got a little older and started playing video games, and I remember every time I came over, it was...
Dude, Halo?
Well, here's how the day went. It was like I'd come over, we'd either like do a workout or we'd play basketball in the driveway, one-on-one, way too competitively for way too long. And it was awesome. And then Mark would pull in with like 2-3 boxes of Taco Bell, 3 pizzas or whatever.
I think Mark liked when anyone came over because it was his excuse to go get like Taco Bell. He was like, I have an idea. I have an idea here. 3 taco boxes. Let's get it fully
loaded. Dish them out. You just dish them out. We'd just be sitting there. And
everybody gets taco box.
Finish your box. And I remember, dude, I'm still a fast eater to this day because of either you or your dad. I think either your dad said it or you said it because it was something along the lines of the military story of having however many seconds or minutes to finish your lunch.
When he was going through residency, he would only have like a very short amount of time before like he had to switch and turn over. Yeah. And so from that whole time, you do it. Fast, you just so he's always he just always has since then that just goes hard.
And now I'm like that. And it's like I'll sit there and finish my food and you'll sit around slow eaters or whatever and you're like,
dang guys,
what are we waiting on?
what are we doing
here?
You gonna finish that or what?
Dude, we used to have some good old times, man.
Yeah,
I miss that. That was fun.
It's just fun.
Walking around the trails with machetes, just chopping stuff up.
Just seeing a tree and immediately having beef. Yes. You have some Nerf guns out there and just going to town.
That was good.
Yeah.
Accidentally shoot Maddie with one of them and just run. I don't know what's going on. I didn't do it. It was Dylan. I promise. God, dude. You remember that time? I can't even remember what we did, man. We messed with her. We did something.
Probably.
I don't know what we did, but we made her upset. And we were young. I forget how old she was or whatever it was, but your dad got home, and me and you were upstairs just hanging out, doing whatever. And I remember your dad came upstairs, and he was like, all right, boys, like, I came up here to punish y'all, but, like, just sound like you're screaming when this happens. He, like, took his belt off.
It was arguably funny.
Yeah. And he's sitting there, and he's, like, hitting the floor, and we were like, or whatever it was. And she came up, she was so content, and we were like, So you in the room, you're like, all good. And Mark's like,
good.
Got it.
Clear.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah. Peak. The favorite story was when we played with firecrackers.
Oh.
That was horrible.
Disaster. I still don't know to this day.
Arguably funny still, but...
No, it's still funny. Let's rephrase it. It's funny now.
It's funny now. It was not funny then.
That was the first time I heard your mom cuss, ever.
Yeah. I think mine as well. And understandable.
Yeah.
But
we set the yard on fire.
But it was a fun time.
Well, I say we, it was me.
Well, I would say it was probably a joint... It was a joint effort.
Dude,
I don't know who all was there. Because there was a couple of us.
No, dude, I think it was just me and you.
Dude, I thought we had like a couple people there at the same time.
It could have. I can't really remember now. All I remember was...
I just remember turning around and then like, the yard's on fire.
we were just throwing some fireworks, tossing them every now and then. Of course, I've always been comfortable on fireworks because we go to Greenwood every year.
Yeah.
Throw bottle rockets, do whatever. And we just didn't know how dry that grass was, dude. And we
found out.
We saw that little ring of fire, and that thing was just... and we're like, oh no. We're trying to stomp it out, do whatever. And dude,
this is going.
We are just so lucky that the fire department didn't have to come out there. But I will say, 3-4 months later, that was the greenest circle of grass I've ever seen in my life. And it was funny then. I was like, man, who really did that in y'all's yard? That looks phenomenal over there.
Yeah. Hindsight.
It's funny now.
It's funny.
Boy, was it scary then. I was concerned that the whole house was coming down.
Yeah, you just see it slowly spread, and you're like, I don't know how to stop that.
Well, and where y'all live, there's
not really anything like near.
Like, there's just more woods and more grass and houses. It's like there's not really anything stopping it.
It's like, it seems like that'd be a real problem if we got like that dry brush just laying there.
Dude, we got so lucky.
Yeah, I would say so.
We got so lucky.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
I remember sitting inside after that, man, and
that was like the worst time to be inside.
It was an out of body experience. I was sitting there, and I was so scared. I was like, because even after it finished burning, I remember we sat there and we sat there with the hose for 30 minutes after it was done burning, just to make sure that everything was out. Like it was just double check, triple check, whatever it is. Whew. I don't remember if I got sent home early on that one or not. God, that was tough.
Yeah.
Boy, was it fun though.
It was great up until about...
Yeah, great until the yard was on
fire. Until the yard was on fire, it was no problem at all.
Until it became arsonist.
Yeah.
It was good.
Or, find the line somewhere.
You know what popped up on my... it was either my Snapchat camera roll or my camera.
You know how many just memories are on Snapchat?
Well, you know what they're doing now? Have you seen your, scrolled up and, you have to buy storage now on Snapchat?
No.
And maybe, I might just have too many pictures saved on Snapchat in my thing, because, I'll scroll up and it'll tell me,
I don't think I've saved anything on Snapchat since, probably, freshman or sophomore year of college.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here.
Because every time I open Snapchat, it's here's a memory from 5-6 years ago.
Look, it says cloud storage full upgrade.
Well, daggone, no wonder.
And they said they're gonna delete
whatever is on there,
a gigabyte that's over or whatever it is. Now, I don't want to lose this, man, but it's I also want to pay because I'm sure I'm already paying Apple for more storage. I'm sure I'm paying.
Dude, Apple gets you.
Golly, dude. Well, because they sell you the phone, and then they're like, "Oh, we gave you storage here, but you actually now need iCloud."
But your iCloud only has 1 gigabyte, so good luck with that.
So now you have to pay at least $2.99 a month, and then it's okay, now you've ran out of that. Now you've got to pay $5 a month. I mean, pretty soon, dude, we're gonna be 40 years old paying Apple $100 a month.
Yeah, just to operate it. I love the catch though. It's anytime you update your phone, the software itself is 6 gigabytes, and it's
yo. It's
right.
I don't understand software, but why not get rid of the old software and bring in the new? Why do we have to just keep adding more? Is there not a way to pull something out?
Can we not trim this down a little bit, or why am I stuck with the?
It's when you try to download Call of Duty on your Xbox. Still, it's dude, here comes a 300 gigabyte update on something, or you got to download it. It's a 200 gigabyte game, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's what did games get to be so? It's You know, it's like all of a sudden you open up like the new. I think the last Black Ops like I was like Cold War, and it was like
I don't know, something.
and it was something like 200 gigabytes, and I was like, daggone, like.
Like, dude, this is
I
gonna
gotta clear my whole Xbox.
I better have an Ethernet port too, because it's gonna take a week to download that Ethernet port.
If you're on wireless, you're cooked.
Cooked.
You're not playing that for the whole week.
I will say though, dude, when I was in Texas, we had I forget. I think I paid. It was AT&T, and they had fiber hooked up, but I paid for like a gig of Wi-Fi, like I forget that like download and upload was like a gig or whatever.
Yeah, and you were probably flying.
Well, I was excited to plug it up or whatever else because I was out. Abby went out there, so I play Xbox and do whatever, and so I finally put the Ethernet cable into it once they came out and fixed it. And dude, you can test the speed of it.
Yeah,
dude, and I was paying for a gig.
Yeah,
there was one day, and I took a picture of it somewhere, but there was one day that you can see how fast a game is downloading, like. And usually it says 400 megabits a second. Yeah. It said 3 gigabytes a second. And it downloaded Fortnite, or it was like 70 gigs or something like that. It was so quick. It was like bing, 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 done. I was like, wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was like, but then other days it was just super slow. So that's one thing about Wi-Fi, man, is I don't get that. Like how service is like super, super good one day. Yeah. And really, really bad the other. And it's like, I'm sure there's a ton of factors that go into it, but
whatever's going on up there.
It's like sometimes I just need my phone to work. Like,
that's
load my maps up.
It's like, why is my phone's on Wi-Fi and it's got cellular and we can't make this happen?
There's no way that we're this far advanced in like technology that like Wi-Fi and cellular shouldn't work better.
Maybe we need to get AI on this problem. Start asking Claude, dude.
Claude, fix this.
Why can't we make our Wi-Fi reception better?
Claude, make my Wi-Fi better.
I don't care if I'm in a basement. That should be working.
Hack into my Wi-Fi, make it better.
Bro, that's yeah. But I don't know. There's gaming also an interesting thing of like where you had like Xbox or you had Wii or you had like PlayStation, and like it was just like stuck there. You couldn't really play that many iPhone games. Like there wasn't anything like you could go do.
I don't know, dude. Clash of Clans was fun.
Well, Clash of Clans was only like that was in like middle school.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, and also you could only play it for really so long until you had like a 12-day like upgrade on your town hall.
Like, dog, I got all my builders are busy, man. Like, I
guess I ain't doing nothing.
I got 7 weeks till my town hall's finished. What are we doing here? I got to take a sabbatical.
Yeah, talk about a game that killed itself, dude. Making me wait 6 months on the town hall.
It's like, all right, GG's, fellas. See y'all in 6 months.
I'll see y'all. I'll be locked off.
Great business model.
Yeah, they are. Shot yourself in the foot there, pal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're hurting, man. They
how many gyms they probably got bought? They probably did all right.
The gyms. That was so good.
But it's like, dude, otherwise, I guess I'm not playing anything for a while, But the Xbox games were fun.
You remember the what was it? The Wii? Was it the Connect? Wii Connect? Mm-hmm. But it was spelled with a K. Or something. I don't. What was the thing that had the
like little board or something you stood on?
Yeah, like a little board you stood on, and then it had
it was
like a little thing that. Well, I knew it hooked up to the Wii, but it was something that like I don't know what it was called.
Like Wii Fit or like
Wii Fit or Wii Connect, something along the lines of that. And I can't. It feels like a fever dream now because I'm pretty sure we got it and we did it like once or twice, and we were like, "This sucks. We need to go back to Wii Golf and Wii Tanks." A little bit of Wii Tennis or something.
Yeah, you had like it was one of the Wii games. I was just cheeks.
There was a couple that were great.
Yeah, I don't know the Wii Play
was
the whole roster goes. It's dummy.
Yeah, the whole thing was good.
The whole thing's fire. And then you have Wii Resort, also pretty solid. I think Wii Resort 2 or one of them. Something after that. If you got a different Wii game. Kind of cheeks.
Yeah, they started going off the reservation a little bit.
Those 2 games though, solid. You get the little airplanes.
I was about to say, and it's so crazy to think about. Like, and I think that's why everybody loved the Wii. It was like the games that came with the Wii were the best games.
Yeah, they didn't really want anything else.
It wasn't like Xbox where it was like, okay, here's this. Now you got to go spend $60 for every game you buy. I was like, nah, the Wii gave you like there's like 1 or 2 discs that you have, and it's got like 6 or 7 of like the games to play. And I was like, man, this is sweet. Little Wii bowling,
dude. The Wii boxing was arguably
Wii boxing was good.
One of the most heated sports.
Wii Resort fencing was fun.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
Dude, the little like I don't know what it was called, but where you got there with like the little like pads and you had to like fight each other.
What was that?
No idea.
And I remember there was water below you.
Yeah, and there's water. You're standing on a like little platform. Mm-hmm. Dude, talk about going at it. Dude, the competition sports on there were
so good. So good.
Dude,
like that's what 3-point contest and like even dude, like I can't think of a game on Wii Play or Wii Resort. Like I'm trying to think of like the worst one. What do you think the worst? Let's start with Wii Play.
Wii Play.
What do you think the worst one on there was?
Let's see. Tanks is one. I have to backtrack in my mind of what's all on there. The skeet shooting game on there is pretty electric.
That one's pretty good.
That's a pretty solid game.
Fishing is I'm out on fishing.
Dude, fishing's pretty tough.
Actually, I'm out on the one. You remember the
cow racing one?
No, it was either cow racing or it was the one where you were playing like air hockey.
Oh, the air hockey could get you if your Wii remote wasn't like synced up.
That would make you mad.
Paddles like,
and it'd be like constantly like doing this. You're like, I can't do anything.
It's like, bro, you're cheating.
It's like, what are you doing?
That one could rage bait you probably the quickest. As soon as
probably cow racing was probably the worst.
Cow racing was tough. I didn't really.
I
didn't love that.
What was the one where you had
to like find
the person?
Waldo?
Oh yeah, I didn't like that.
That's probably the worst one.
That one sucks.
That one I never touched. That was a miss. But once again, you're hitting probably 3 solid games and like I don't know 4 that are
4 good games.
4 good
3
ones.
3 like tier like
you're
tier
probably
one,
putting
like,
on. If you get a little bored, you might throw one of the other ones on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's shoot, it's so good. Didn't you go to Wii Resort though? That was also fun. You go play golf on there?
Yeah,
dude. What was baseball? Which one's baseball on?
Is that on? So there was Wii Play. I think we're getting them all mixed up. I think
Wii Play. I think we nailed. I think we hit all.
Yeah, there was Wii Play with all the tanks and
all
whatever
stuff,
else. And then you got Wii Sports. That was bowling, baseball, and all of that stuff. And then you had Wii Resort, which was like their own spin on it was like a resort version of Wii Sports.
Yes,
and then they instead of like boxing, there was fencing,
and then you had
there
golf.
was archery.
Did you not have golf on it as well?
Golf was on Wii Play.
I thought you had it on both.
I think there probably was a Wii Resort golf.
Sometimes there was like golf. There was like that little fencing thing you did. You had like the bicycle one.
Yep.
You had the little airplane thing that you did where you try to like hit.
There was a jet ski one too. Was there, or is that the plane one?
I think the plane one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, I would go get a Wii right now.
So good. But I will say, and I know we just got done talking about Wii gave out the best games like with the default stuff.
Yeah.
I still think Guitar Hero Legends of Rock
is
undoubtedly the best game to ever come out on Wii.
That's a hard argument.
I mean, dude, they were so good. Guitar Hero is so good.
Dude, it's I'd say it's
I would go play it now for like 2-3 hours. Hour or 2 maybe.
Probably an hour or 2 until you realize you ain't got the motion anymore.
Then you realize you're bad, and then you probably get to the point where you're like,
you either got to commit or decommit at that point.
Yeah, you're like, all right, what am I really doing right now?
Do I want to be really good at this right now, or am I willing to just let this slide?
I'm wasting my time.
The other Wii game, the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga on there.
Oh, that was good.
Fire game.
That was a fire game.
Top 5. Me and Sam played that recently.
God,
we beat the whole game. You want to talk about? Sometimes you don't productively use your time, but you kind of do.
Sometimes you got to check out.
Sometimes you got to check out to check in,
Check out, enjoy it a little bit, man.
Yeah, but that's arguably a top tier game of all time.
Lego, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that
Lego
was
Star Wars was good. Speaking of Legos, we used to have all kinds of Legos.
Dude, that's the other thing. Legos.
Where did they get?
Well, they just became like $100 for everything.
Isn't that crazy?
And I don't know if they were because personally I wasn't really concerned about
price. You would have been buying them. We were like, yo, can we get that car? And they'd be like, yes. Or let's get this smaller. And you're like, all right, sweet, we got one.
Yeah, we got one. We got something.
Build it up.
Like, that's going for Christmas. It's like, all right, I can live with that.
God, whoever came up with Legos, genius.
Yeah, it's like, here's, couple hundred small, tiny pieces, and I'm going to charge you.
Yeah, and I'm also going to charge you $100, and you're going to go spend 3-4 hours on it and never look at it again.
Yeah.
And it's like, even nowadays, like you see all the people, and like there's some super expensive like Lego sets and stuff.
Well, like, dude, I saw that Millennium Falcon, like the like $1,000 one. That thing would be fire. I mean, it's like massive. It's like the size of this table. Now, do I need that? No. but dude, it'd be so sick.
No, but it'd be cool. Like,
I mean, every person that watches you'd be like, "Dang, bro,
you couldn't miss it."
Yeah, like,
yeah.
There'd be a talking piece for sure, you know. Like, and I had a couple, you know, probably a day of building it, you know, like, arguably kind of worth it, but
no, the building it was the best.
You ever get like you're halfway there and you're like, how is this going to come together?
Yes.
And you're like,
almost every time I was doing it,
I'm not seeing the vision.
I wasn't seeing the vision. I'd get halfway through it and I'm like, yeah, did I miss a step? I'm like, I'm missing pieces here? Like, there's no way this is actually going to work out. It always did.
It always just came. You'd be left like this skeleton, like, looking, you're like, and then they're like, flip it over. And you're like,
It's almost like they designed it this way.
Ain't no way.
God, they got me again.
they get me every time.
They got me again.
Yeah, that was always, that was reliable.
Yes.
Good times. Also, little minifigures you got.
Oh, those are
addictive.
Awesome. And then you would start like messing with them, like changing the people's like the arms and the legs. You're like, dude, check out my avatar. Like, this is awesome.
This guy's pretty sick.
I've got a clone trooper with a lightsaber. Like, this is sweet.
They would have never saw it coming. Oh. When did you get into baseball and stuff pretty heavily?
Ooh.
And was baseball like the first kind of love sport?
I don't know, man. I kind of, when I was little, I did kind of everything. It was really whatever was in season, whether it was, you know, when I was super little, it was Little League Baseball. We played football, swim team when it was summer, you know, really whatever was like to keep us as busy as possible. Like, that's what we're doing. I think I started to get into baseball more when I started playing travel ball. That was in middle school.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd play with Drew and Cohen, a couple of those guys, and we'd go spend a weekend. I don't know how our parents did it, man. It was, I mean, it felt like it was every weekend.
Yeah.
We were going to, you know.
We got, like, practice. You got
Tiger River. We're going to Heritage. Like, we're playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday all day. Get there at 9 a.m. You don't leave till 5 p.m. And we just had a blast. Like, we went out there and we'd go, you know, play 3 or 4 baseball games in a day and go to somebody's house and hang out and do whatever. And that's kind of how I started taking more of a liking into baseball. It's like we just did it more.
Yeah, getting to hang out.
Yeah. And so obviously in middle school, you know, your 6th grade year, you can't play sports or, you know, whatever it is. So you kind of have that year and you go play in whatever other rec league you usually play in. And then 7th grade year, when obviously you're at Severe and you're like, man, it's time to do it. Like the middle school baseball team, here we go.
Big time.
So you go try out and we got into it. That's when I'd say I started taking like hitting lessons.
That's when you kind of
like I wanted to get better. Like I felt like I was close and I wanted to get better. And so I luckily went and got some hitting lessons. And Randy Phillips, one of the best dudes I've ever met, he would it's over there by Wade Hampton. You know where the Red Lobster is? Mm-hmm. If you're headed towards Cherrydale from the Red Lobster, on the right-hand side, there's a thing called, it used to be called Phillips Baseball, and he used to be an old Pirates hitting coach. Went and hit with him, and he just soft toss and give me, you know, tips and tricks and whatever. And really, I think the biggest thing that I got from that was just his advice and life and everything else like that, and just being able to be calm and go hit, and there not to be so much pressure on. And that's when it got good. Like when the pressure was off, that's when I always played better. Like when I was talking with somebody or I felt comfortable around somebody, like that's when it became easier. Yeah. And so when I was on the field with my friends and enjoying it, having fun, and like playing against some of our buddies that we knew, like it was fun, it was competitive.
Yeah.
And so obviously kept along with baseball and football pretty heavy during middle school, moved up to high school, played both up until junior year. That's when I got hot my sophomore year, had a good sophomore year, and had a really good junior year. And that kind of propelled me to commit to Charleston. And then
when did you ditch football though?
No, so the only football season I didn't play was senior year.
So at that point, you were like,
because I was committed, and it was kind of
like,
a thing like, hey, you go break your collarbone, like,
I don't know what to tell you.
Really don't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, kind of stayed in the path of, hey, let's do baseball full time, and honestly, I probably wish I could have played football my senior year. I mean, obviously, we were never great at football.
We all got an unfortunate run of cards there.
Yeah, tough.
Of like you had to move up to where you're playing with like mega schools.
Oh yeah,
but not necessarily.
Yeah, you had to playing against TL Hanna, Dorman, and like Wando. Like you pull into some of these schools and you're like, dude, this is a university.
Yeah.
And you pull into Wade Hampton and you're like,
brother, where's it?
This is like a jail.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, we got this fine arts center thing over here. Like, this is cool, whatever.
You see this one like separated big building, and it's like,
it's crazy. But yeah, no, I stuck with baseball pretty good and football for a while, and I think I excelled really my junior year in baseball and got a lot of attention and committed, and went to Charleston. COVID kind of happened. Everything got super weird, as you know, when we graduated, and kind of came up in Charleston. Met some great dudes, and it was awesome. It felt more like a business. It felt like it was pressing business stress. Like it was just like it started to become unfun, right? Like it started to turn into a job.
Well, that turned into like kind of a spiral then of like now you're starting to like get in your head. You're starting like that's performance exactly right. Is kind of like
because then it's like, hey, in high school I was playing baseball and football and whatever else with like my brother, my friends, and like all of my brother's close friends as well. Like we all knew each other, and we were all on the same team, or like we were playing against people we knew, and it was just fun. It was competitive. We knew each other. We were picking each other up. Like I remember one game. This was probably the coolest sporting experience I ever had. It was I can't remember where exactly it was. I think it might have been Hillcrest, maybe. No. It was either Hillcrest or Lawrence, somewhere like that. And anyways, me and my brother were both in the lineup. This was my sophomore year when I was a DH. Dude, you want to talk about the life being a DH in high school sports. Like, I was sitting there and it'd be cold, and I'd just sit there with my Letterman on. Like 3-4 hole would come up, I'd take it off, I'd get warm, go swing once, come back,
put it back on.
And so I was DH in that game, and I remember my brother was batting either leadoff or second or something like that, and he had a phenomenal game. Like I'm pretty sure the first at bat he had like laced a seed right over the shortstop's head or up through the middle or something. Then I got up and I like hit one right back, like laced one up the middle, and it kind of felt like a competition between me and him. Yeah. Like okay, here's the older brother, bing, like here I come, hit one, and next at bat, like I'm pretty sure he laid down a bunt and ran it out, and I'm pretty sure I hit a double down the line. Like it was just so much fun to be able to do that. And I remember it turned to a competition to where I can't remember, I think he walked or something, and I think I struck out or something like that. And it was just that healthy competitive feeling of like, man, like he went 3 for 3 that night. I went 2 for 3, and like it was so much fun competing, with each other, and that while also being able to play together. Yeah. And, to that point too, like Gray was on the team, Bruni, Garrett, Bradley, Hoyos. Like there was just so many guys. Drew. I mean, you name it, like
you said everyone playing.
Everybody, like it was all the people that we grew up with. Yeah. And it was all the people that we were around all the time, inside and outside of school. And so it was just fun. And we like, whenever we ran into some other guys, like we just got super, super competitive. And it was a ton of fun, man.
I think that's the best thing about high school sports.
Oh yeah.
Is that like
everybody knows each other, right? It's like you know of people, or these guys, and so you face them in sports and you're like, oh, it's friendly, but like really it's more competitive now because
it's pretty
want to win, man.
I mean, it makes it like cool from like team aspect of that. Y'all all have been playing with each other for like
forever.
I mean, most of the time playing with each other for a long time, like a couple of years, like travel baseball. We had travel basketball. You're playing together. You're playing all season, and then when you get, you're not in travel, you're going and playing like pickup with the same people. Let alone you go. I love in travel when you get to go and you get to play someone else's like, you're playing their team.
Yes.
That I don't know. It's just fun. Like
it was so much fun. I think it was fun because of the community around it, and it was just everybody knew of everybody to some extent, and a lot of that came with just growing up and doing our whole lives. And,
Well, also, y'all are just all, I don't know. Y'all are in the same tournaments. You're in there. You're hanging out with the same.
I was about to say, you did it with basketball, and you knew all those guys, and, like, how fun was that? Like, I remember coming and watching y'all's games on spending the night with y'all, and, like, dude, it was so much fun.
It's just so much fun when you're doing it. Dude, that's the other thing. You're doing something you really like. I don't know. I really loved it. I'll always love it. Pretty sure you feel the same way about 100%. Baseball. I would have played it as long as, I played it as long as really as I could. And, dude, it's like, I loved like let's go work on it. Let's go practice on it.
Go work on your craft a little bit. Go execute.
Go do it. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, you're just surrounded by people that feel the same way. And it's like, wow.
And also people you can cut up with. People that, like, when you do screw up, like, okay, but at the end of the day, it's still a game. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's going to be okay. Like, and then it kind of took a switch, right? Like, in college, it's like, okay, that strikeout or that missed opportunity or whatever that was, like, instead of it being like, hey, okay, we laugh about it now it's like, what are you doing? Like, and then you start thinking about, like, you get in your head a little bit. You're like, there's 12 other dudes that want that position, and you're just like, and you
get bogged down.
There's a better way to think about it too, and you just can't get so caught up in that stuff, man.
Well, I mean, it's hard at like 18 for anyone to go do it. I think that's the biggest thing that you'll ever see is like, it's pretty understandable why at 18 you can't go handle. Like, you see a lot of young athletes go out and like screw it up, and it's like
because they're 18-year-olds.
Because they're 18,
18, 19, 20 years old.
Don't have it. And even now, it's like I don't think I would really want to deal with that. Like, it's like now I just know I don't want to deal with that. At 18, you have no idea.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. There's just something to it of where it's that fun factor where it's like, you airball shot, and it's like, what are you aiming at? But it's fine when, like, your bud's saying it to you, but when it's like...
I was about to say, it's fine when it's all your boys and, like, everybody's laughing and whatever. Yeah, maybe a little embarrassing, but you get over it.
But you get over it. You move on.
As opposed to being like, yank, next guy up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It just turns into that. But, and don't get me wrong, I love competition. I get it. It just... It gets to a point when you're not with, like, all your boys and everything else, and it turns into a business transaction. Like,
it's not fun anymore.
It just gets weird, man.
Yeah, that's the thing with, like, basketball. Me and Case go out there and play, and it's like, we'll play the most competitive game. We've ended games fighting. We've ended games, like, and it's just like, it was never out of, like, a malice, like,
no, it's
plays.
Competition.
It's just, like, we both want to compete. Like, we both want to win so bad. It doesn't.
And at the end of that game, it was either, like, you might be mad for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it is, but, like, we're going to be boys and like, effectively after the game's over, like, it's all right, bro, where are we going to eat lunch? Yeah, you know what I mean? Fine. Like, we could be scrapping, like, you're doing whatever, fighting, X, Y, Z, and then after that, it's like, all right, what are we doing? Yeah. Where are we going next? That's a lot of how guys are wired, though, man. We can bicker and fight and throw a punch, and 5 minutes later, we'll just, like, get out of your system, solve it, move on, move forward.
Yeah. I don't know, but there's also something to that of, like, you develop, like, so much trust with these guys that it's like...
you can fight with them and be good.
It's all right. Yeah. It's cool. It's not like...
It's honestly, like, and some of the time it was probably healthy and some of the time probably wasn't, right?
It probably was unnecessary.
Yeah, some of the time it was probably just super uncalled for. Probably most of the time it was super uncalled for, but some of the times you got to straighten each other up.
I would argue most of the time it was uncalled for. But I don't know. It's like...
Sometimes you got to straighten your boy up,
Sometimes it's part of it, It is. Like, you just,
sometimes you just need your buddy to tell you to stop being an idiot.
Exactly.
Whether that's in sports or life or whatever, it's healthy to have those people around.
Yeah, wherever you need it. On a more kind of serious note, I'm curious, what's like y'all's plan for setting up like kids and all like stuff? Because
no idea,
dude. It fluctuates daily for like how I think.
No idea.
I don't know if you fall into like the same boat, but some days it's like, okay, I'm kind of a mature adult. I don't feel like quite financially like ready to take that. I don't know if I don't want to speak for you, but that's like the biggest like, I don't know, weight of like dealing with it.
Well, it's like I think especially me. I'm a big planner.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big, spreadsheet, financials,
Just take a look at the budget.
It's like I want to have a plan to go do something, like whether it's a kid or a house or whatever it is, and I think that sometimes I get so caught up in that it's like I want to wait for the perfect time, or the perfect opportunity, or man, when are we going to be ready? And I still do that. I'm not saying I don't.
Oh no, we're not.
You can ask Abby. She's gonna say I'm not there yet. Like I'm just.
Yeah.
She knows that I'm too analytical sometimes, and I think that I've got to come a little bit more on the side of like, because trust me, like with my entire heart and everything else, like I cannot wait to have kids. Like God willing, with her, like it is gonna be the greatest thing we ever do, and I. And super excited about that. And I think there's some nerves that come with it. Obviously, it's like, you want to be a great dad and a great father and everything else. And you want to be prepared and ready for that. But I think there's a lot of, to the other side of that, there's a lot of trust you have to give to God and everything else to basically say, hey, I've been fine my whole life. I've always had a roof over my head, food on the table. Like, you have taken care of me up to this point. What's not to say I have a kid tomorrow that you wouldn't take care of me? Like, so there's like, there's a part of me, and really how I feel is like, dude, if we had a kid tomorrow, like there's no part of me that has any doubt that kid would not be okay. Yeah. Like that kid is going to be taken care of. It's going to be surrounded by great people. And essentially we're going to be able to give it everything, he or she might need. And I have no worry about that. But then on the other side of it, the me version, the, analytical guy that wants to be so ready, it's like, hey, I'm 24, trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life and work and, whatever else going on. And I'd love to be able to just be ready, but it's like, I don't really know what that looks like. It's like, I don't really know how to quantify it. I don't know when I'll ever be ready.
So, per se, of like, when's this time?
That was a long-winded way of saying, Dylan, I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm stoked for it. There's also some nerves that come with it, and so it makes me be like, man, I'd love to plan it. Like, let's wait a little bit.
Sure, it's not like a pressing thing to like deal with right now. Like, I would like the immediate future. Like, I don't know, under 5 years probably. But it's kind of like, it's a lot to what you're saying of like having these expectations like kind of already in your head of like, what you grew up with. I know like how I grew up. I know like what I want to be able to provide for them. And it's like that's where like the financial burden of it is a lot more like stressful than any part of it being like, could I responsibly take care of a kid? Probably. I would say most likely. I would hit 99%. I'm feeling pretty confident I could handle like, we'll do some figuring out together on like whole parenting, what that actually means, because I'm trying to be an adult myself. But like, but it's more of like, geez, like, all right, now you go work because you need money for like, to keep everything going, but now you're not being at home. And it's like, it's never going to be a perfect balance, but it's like, where is it to where it's like, I don't need to pull 80-hour weeks to go make sure, like,
I don't.
And that's where it's like, right now, that's where it's not exactly comfortable.
Like, I'm with you. I'm with you. No, trust me, I get it. I mean, I have the same thoughts, man. It's, we're young and we're hungry and ambitious and like we want to go get it and we want to go work our butt off. Yeah. And then you got to take a step back every now and then. Like Abby does a great job with me of like helping to put things into perspective. Like, man, what's really important? Like, my wife, my friends, my family, like being able to go over to my parents' house and eat dinner. Like, being able to come over here and talk with you, being able to sit down and have a meal together, being able to, go on a trip with each other and like just enjoy each other's company and hang out. Like, that is what's ultimately important. But, you've got the flip side of that, and that's myself, the world, this thing, me looking at everybody else and what they're doing and feeling like, man, I'm so behind. Like, I've got to be doing X, Y, Z to be, a good husband or a good father, or a provider, whatever it is. And I think that it's easy for me, and I think really a lot of guys, I feel like just to look outward and compare themselves to everybody else, and
kind of fall into the
it's
trap.
just a dangerous game. It's just a super dangerous game because you can play it all day.
Yeah.
There's always going to be somebody who's more ready or has more money or everything looks great. It's like, and you've got to just stay away from that stuff because it is just a killer. I mean, it just comparing yourself to anybody, or whether it's what they're doing or what it looks like they're doing or how their life is or what they're making or how many kids they have or how happy they look, like it's just never a healthy thing to do. And it's just like, man, you got to water your own grass sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to water your own grass sometimes. You get so distracted looking at everybody else's. So trying to, it's so easy to talk about and say that. Trying to transition myself into that a little bit better. Because we still, I still want to work. I want to do well.
Yeah.
I want to find something that I'm, super passionate about. And I don't know when and how it's going to go, but we'll see.
I think, an interesting part of this that you might fall into as well is being on, the younger side of, my friend group. I imagine you kind of fall into the same bit there.
Yeah.
Most people are, year or more older, 2 years, and it's you're seeing them do that, and it's kind of you want to be there. I think it's good and bad in a way of it shows, hopefully it's people around you that are trying to strive to do better. And also sometimes it just makes you restless, in the present of, man, am I not figuring this out quick enough?
Yeah, am I not doing this?
What am I
doing wrong? Yeah. What am I missing here? And it just kills you. You start overthinking stuff, and
the mind's just it's a tough place to be sometimes,
Yeah,
so
it'll paralyze you quick.
Yeah.
You gotta. One thing that I've found with myself, and I'd still do a perfect job of it, and I've got a long way to go. But it's just movement and presentness. Man, sometimes I'll get in this stressed out situation where I'll be like, God, exactly what you were saying. Am I doing enough? Am I making enough? Am I doing this the right way? Sometimes you start to second guess yourself because you're just constantly seeing things on your phone or whatever else, and you're comparing. And it's dude, even the other morning, I just finally woke up, my alarm went off, and I just put it on the side table, and I just got up, showered, had breakfast, had coffee.
Yeah.
Abby woke up. It was a calm, cool morning. And don't get me wrong, it's not like that every morning.
No.
There are still so many days that I'm rushing out the door, and the first thing I'm doing when I'm waking up is this. And I'm just I know that, and it's crazy because I know the day that I didn't touch it in the morning was such a better, more calm day. But I keep going back to it, and I keep going back to it, and I keep going back to it, and it's just man.
Well, I think it becomes hard because it's almost what am I missing on there? Whose phone call didn't I get? Whose text?
Who's texting?
What email
what's
do I
going
have to
on at
respond
work?
to?
Yeah, and you're trying to get understanding of everything, and it's all of a sudden you're so busy, you can't think about.
All of a sudden you've been on an hour of emails, and it's
it's 6 a.m. in the morning. My wife's not even awake. What am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Let me get up. Let me go have some quiet time. Let me read my Bible a little bit. Maybe cook breakfast for my wife.
Maybe do something.
Do something good. And instead I'm responding to an email to a guy who probably isn't going to look at it for 3 days. And it's just that's the tough, that's the tough part about it.
That is the downside of where we're at today. You're constantly
we're the young guys, man. We're the young guys that are expected to have all the time in the world to do all the work in the world.
Well, I just don't think there's no longer a detachment from what you're doing in your life, pretty much.
Well, there isn't, because we have a phone.
If you go back, you don't have a landline or you have a home phone, but you don't really have you might have a cell phone or something, but you're not. You can call me, and tell me to come in, but I don't have a laptop at home.
Right, we're not going to boom. Done.
Or my phone's not really a laptop,
right.
You get an iPhone now, and it, you can do everything off of it. So I think that's part of the problem. There's just not a clear boundary anymore of where do I split this off? And
it's hard.
It's kind of you have to create your own somewhat, but
100%.
It's also you're dealing with other pressure of I want to be good at what I'm doing. I want to yada yada yada. All that to say, it's not easy.
I was about to say, you keep talking about it, and I keep just hearing myself in my head, it's like, that's the world. Like the
Mhm.
world's going to demand so much.
Yeah.
It's like this is the world. Like, it's like, man, you're expected to get a great job. You're expected to go work your butt off. You're expected to go do all these great things. And it's like, these expectations you're setting in your mind, and like you see around you, you're just setting the bar so high that like you got to be really careful about, you know, you don't want to set it so high to where even when you do really well, you're like, oh, I didn't hit my goal, or oh, I didn't do X, Y, Z. It's that constant saying of like, hey man, shoot for the moon, hit a star, but like, be happy when you hit the star. Like, don't be disappointed that you missed the moon. You know what I mean? And so that's another one of those things that I'm working on, is just gratitude, being grateful for everything that I've had and do have. And I think it's difficult sometimes, because I feel like when we're in the world, when we're working, we're told more, whether it's output, deals, you know, whatever it is, you know, house, car, you name it. I mean, everything in the world is telling you more.
Yeah.
And so you've just got to be really careful to know and to be comfortable. Like, okay, is that the world telling me I need that, or do I really need that? Like, what are the actual facts here? Because I get myself worked up all the time, and I'm like, hold on. That's not the case.
Yeah.
Here are the facts. Here's what's actually going on. Here's where we're actually at. And everything's fine.
Yeah.
We're actually in a really good spot. Like, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to just be like, DEFCON 4, like, we don't have the perfect house with the kid. You know, it's just, you got to be careful with that. And I think there's a balance to it too, like you were talking about. There's no, it's a work in progress your whole life, I think, and it's just a work in progress of setting boundaries, finding the balance, because I think it looks different for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it just does. I mean, I think personality plays a lot into it. I'm kind of curious, when you were doing like yoga and stuff, that helped you with like mindfulness of going through that?
I still do that.
So okay.
Yeah, dude,
You still doing hot yoga, or you just don't? Yeah,
hot yoga. So they do.
Dude, I sweat too much to go to hot yoga.
Yeah, and I sound like, I know, I get it. I sound like the female that does yoga, but it's like, man, I love it, because how it started was when I screwed my knee up real bad.
Yeah.
Playing intramural football, Clemson flag football. I think I tried to cut too hard or something, popped my patellar tendon, and I didn't fully separate it. Like, it was partially torn. I went to a doctor that my father-in-law now had recommended to me, because he had replacements and stuff. And this guy pretty much told me, he's like, hey, man, here's what we can do. We can go in, we can scope this thing out. You know, that's not really going to do a whole lot. Or you can stretch X, Y, Z. And he's like, what I've done, because I have bad knees, is what he told me. He's like, I'm a veteran, X, Y, Z, and I've done hot yoga once or twice a week. And he was like, if you do that once or twice a week for the rest of your life, you'll never have knee pain. And I'm like, whatever.
Full of it.
Well, and so I get out, and I'm like, okay, I'll book one of these classes, or, you know, do whatever. And of course I did it, and it was, first off, unbelievably harder than I thought. Like, I did like a power vinyasa class, and it was unbelievably hard. It was an hour in a 90-degree room, planking, doing handstands sometimes, like, you know, you do this, the crow and stuff like that, and you're just doing a lot of mobility and moving, and at no point are you just laying there, except for at the beginning and at the end. But I will say, going back to what you said about mindfulness and just your mental state, like, the beginning and the end of that class, and even during the middle of that class, they guide you through some stuff to basically get you out of your head, become present with where you're at, and really just pay attention to what's going on in that moment. Yeah. Because I think that every day I go through, you know, a difference that I notice before I do that class and after I do that class is, before I'll be running around my head cut off. I'll be, oh, I got to send this email, send that text, do this call. You know, I've got 1,000 things going around, and they're just circling. Yeah. And then I'll go do that. They'll start you off, and they'll call attention to yourself, your breath. And really, breath work has been a big thing for me. Is like, you start paying attention to this automatic thing that you're just constantly doing. You finally give it a little thought, and you're like, all of a sudden, you're not thinking about the 1,000 things. You're thinking about the most simple thing you've always done: breathe. And you breathe, and you breathe, and you call attention to, say it's your arm or your leg or whatever you're using to work, or whatever muscle you're using. And so I've honestly found it actually really, really cool because in certain workouts that I'm doing or, certain exercises that I've done, they'll start talking you through it, like where you should feel it and how to change to feel it either more in your abs or more in your rotator cuff or more on the specific part of your hip or leg. And just all of that, I think what it's done for me mentally and physically is like physically, I think that it syncs up my muscles with my joints. I think that it teaches my joints how to fire properly with my muscles. So that's where I think, and that's how the doctor had explained it to me, and that's what ended up happening after 2 or 3 months of doing it, is I had knee pain my entire high school, career.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I was in college, done with sports, probably arguably working out less, and I felt better. Like my knee pain was gone, elbow pain was gone, shoulder pain left.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, I just feel like there's muscles that I had never used before that I've found, like small little muscles, or like maybe just getting a little more mobile to access more of it. And it's been really cool. I'm gonna continue to do it the rest of my life because I have not seen progress like I've seen mentally and physically
by doing that
with any exercise other than that.
Just once a week?
No, dude. I'm all the way in. I got the unlimited.
Oh, so how often do you go?
I'm going like 4 or 5 days a week.
Oh, so you do like okay.
Yeah, like I go in and, they have different classes. So they do there's a power class.
Yeah.
That's essentially, you're doing a lot of planking, a lot of, stands, and you're essentially just stabilizing your body. And it has a lot of mobility involved as well.
Yeah.
Then there's like a strong class that's heated as well. You probably get a pair of 20s and a pair of 10s and then a resistance band. And it's a high intensity class mixed with some yoga. So it's like now you're up, you're doing jumping jacks, you're running, like you're getting down, you're doing like bicep curls, like presses, and you're just constantly moving for 50 minutes, like high intensity, just like get your heart rate up as fast as it goes.
Yeah.
And then they have strength classes, which you'll grab, heavier weights, 35, 40, 45 weight pounds. And it'll be a lot less hot in the room. And you'll be doing slower movements, more strength movements. And then I've gotten into a routine of, Monday I'll hit strong, Tuesday I'll hit power, Wednesday I'll take a break, Thursday I'll hit power again, Friday I'll finish with strong. And then like over the weekend, maybe I'll hit a strength class, or if I don't get a strength class in, I'll go to the gym and get it in a little bit. But
is that pretty much like now what you do for working out?
Yeah, 100%. It's been the majority, and I need to get back in the weight room a little bit. There's definitely things that I'm missing that I used to do that I love. Like I love to do pull-ups. Like I'm still doing plenty of push-ups. I'm still doing plenty of bicep, tricep, shoulder work with all the classes in there. But like I should probably get some more back work in and maybe a little more leg work and things like that. But I will say, as far as like ab work and my body as a whole, like
everything firing a lot.
Well, it just feels synced up.
Yeah.
It finally feels like, I feel like when I was in high school and college, like I had a ton of muscle mass and like I was powerful, but I was hurting. Like I just wasn't comfortable. I wasn't very flexible. And like now I felt like I had the muscle and I kind of just refined it and finally got my joints in such a good position to where I arguably feel better moving around, jumping around now than I think that I did in high school or college, which is crazy to think about. I'm sure I'm in worse shape, but as far as how my body feels and like walking around every day, like my knee's not hurting, my elbow doesn't hurt, my shoulder doesn't hurt from throwing all the time. Like it just, I feel a lot better.
Yeah. I'd say that's I don't know, yoga's an interesting thing to do.
It is very interesting. And people get weirded out by yoga. And, because I'll be honest, I don't get into the, I don't even know exactly what they call it. Like when the namaste and, everything else.
Like the more like meditation kind of aspect.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I meditate, but like there's just different things that, like certain things that they do that kind of weird me out. That like, I don't do. I'm like, hey, like, God, thank you for my body. Thank you for the ability to do this. Like instead of the namaste, like that's where I'm at. And it's, just because some of that stuff kind of just weirds me out. And I don't know.
I have no idea enough about yoga.
See, I don't either. I didn't either. And really, like
zero clue.
The only things that we're doing are, hey, pay attention to your breath, work out and grind for about an hour.
Yeah.
Settle back down, pay back attention to your breath to get your heart rate back down, and you're done. And you get out of the room and you're like, my gosh.
I feel
it
good.
Feels, well, you're like, you get out of the room because, dude, you're pouring sweat.
Yeah.
And you get out of there and you're like, dude, I feel great. Like the AC hits you a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And one thing that I've done after getting that membership is they have the cold plunges in there.
Yeah. You
go in, you'll obviously you'll shower all your sweat off so you're not
just
constantly dumping sweat in there.
Yeah.
You'll go jump in that thing for, 2.5, 3 minutes. And there's me and another dude that I go up there with. He's like a 40-year-old guy, owns his own lawn care business. Great dude.
Yeah.
And we always challenge each other to jump in for 2-3 minutes. And dude, it sucks while you're in there. Like you're freezing. It feels great after the hot, but like after about a minute, you're like, okay, this is cold.
Yeah.
But then you get out after doing 2 or 3 minutes, and the way your body feels after killing your body that much, and then jumping in a cold plunge, like it's such a good workout, man. You should come sometime.
You're making me think about it.
You should come sometime. I mean, you're gonna absolutely hate me. Because it's tough. Like
I don't doubt it.
It's super, super tough.
I've done regular yoga, and it's pretty. I've done like one of those classes, and it's very hard. It's not an easy. It's just all the things you don't ever really work on.
Yeah.
And also it's the same thing of like shoulders and like knees are not the best already. Ankles are pretty rough.
Yeah.
And it's just those things are like that. But like the idea of it, the part that I like about something like that is the fact you're there with other people. When you try to work out by yourself, it's just really, it's tough.
You need an accountability person.
You need an accountability person, unless you're like David Goggins and and just can do it. But it gets hard because it's just like I hadn't ran in a while, but it finally was like, I gotta go do something. And so it's like, I'm just gonna make myself go do this. But that only can go like so long of like, I have to do this, but like a class like that where you have someone in it,
or if there's a guy waiting on you to go run on the trail, like you got to be there. You got to be there. You need somebody to look forward to do that.
Otherwise, it makes it hard to be like, because you can come up with so many excuses to get yourself out of it.
It's raining outside.
I got a lot of stuff to do. I don't have time.
Didn't fall asleep till 12 last night. Probably should get another hour. Like, man, I get it. Trust me, I've come up with every excuse in the book. I know.
The only thing that gets me with the yoga classes is like trying to justify paying for it.
Oh, dude.
It's like, that's what gets me.
You will never be able to justify it.
Yeah.
Just get comfortable with that.
I think you just have to deal with it.
Well, the place that I go, dude, they throw out, because they know their prices are super high. So they throw out these crazy discounts every now and then, like these package discounted things, and you just got to jump on those. And that's the only way you're like, okay, this is affordable.
Yeah.
But like, if you go try to buy like a single class or like go do one, like, oh yeah, they're gonna kill you.
Yeah,
it's super expensive.
Well, I bet that's why they make a ton of their money. It's not like the repeat customer. It's the like, oh, you came for one,
Well, and there's so many people that do that, right?
Yeah.
It's like, especially nowadays, everybody wants to get into it, and I think it's a super great thing. I think everybody now is getting into more of an active lifestyle.
I think that's
like
positive.
I've seen so many doing commercial brokerage for a little while. I've been seeing med spas going up. Gyms popping up everywhere.
Dude, the med spas are a crazy thing. Like,
and they're just popping up out of nowhere. Yeah.
I don't know. I get the purpose of them, but like
they're glorified a little bit.
They're a little bit like, I'm not going to that just for like one thing.
Well, you just gotta be careful. It's like, hey, do I want to go do the med spa thing and pay $150 for something I probably don't need and can probably do at home, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean,
it is a cool concept. They're like, have you seen the sauna house?
Yeah.
That's great. And like, as long as their prices weren't crazy, like I'm sure a lot of people would go. But like, they've got to pay rent too. And in order to afford rent, their prices have to be in the ballpark
of whatever's going to make it so they can pay rent.
And that's just business. And that's how it chalks out.
Somewhat of a profit, along with whatever their overhead is, which I imagine is kind of high to like keep up all of that equipment.
Think so. Especially how much heat they have to pull and how much cold water they have to run.
And if they're not keeping it up,
then you don't want to go.
Then you don't want to go. Because it's like, I don't want to get in that tub.
100% agree.
Yeah, the yoga intrigues me quite a bit, though.
It's fun. I say it's fun. It's hard. But it is one of the more rewarding things that I've done.
See, I didn't really realize they did like workouts like that. Because I just think about it as more like
everybody hears yoga
stretching. I think like you're doing like, it's just like a stretching.
Yeah.
and it's hard and it's tough, but it's not like a workout.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of what yours. I don't know.
I'd be impressed by. I would challenge anybody that thinks it's easy to come with me, and we'll see what they say after.
Just cruise through it.
Yeah,
I
anybody that thinks I don't want to do yoga, it's too easy, it's just stretching. Like, shoot me a text.
Let's go.
We will get you in there one day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even make an insult or say a word to you. Like, let's just go do it.
Yeah.
And I think what I'd be looking for and what I'd hope is they'd have an appreciation for it and they'd want to do it again. Like, because it is so awesome and it's fun and it's a challenge. And there are a lot of people around you, like girls and guys, like that just want to be better and want to just work on themselves mentally, physically.
Yeah.
It's fun.
With that camaraderie. So, yeah, I think that's a big piece to it. I don't know. I don't know. One day I'll justify doing it.
No, one day soon. I will make you come with me.
We'll do it. I will do it. I will do it with you one day. I don't know when that day will be, but it will be one day. Because I think it's like perfect for. I really don't care about going and lifting the most amount of weight. I don't care about doing that.
You want to be in shape. You want to be.
I just want to be. Yeah.
You want to lean out.
And I think it does a well job of that, of like your exercising, and if you build in some other things, especially while like running. Like right now, my goal, I want to do 50 races, one in each state. Now, is that going to be like a crazy amount? A little bit, but not like that bad. I'm not going for like a marathon in every state.
I was going to say, that's also, is that a life goal, or is it you putting a stamp on this thing? Like, we're going to do this between...
No, I think it's more of like a life goal. Because I think like some of it, like, I'm not going to Hawaii anytime. But dude, sick run they have, because I looked into it. See if I'd maybe go there. But it's like you start before the sunrise, and so you run the super hilly course, but you like come out like where the sun comes up.
Oh, it's
so you just see it, or like, and you just see it, and it's like, oh, that would be.
God, you see all the hills, and the beaches, and that's one place I've never been that
I want to go.
Really, really want to go.
Yeah. So I was like, if I go there, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Like I'd schedule it around that time.
I don't know if I'd do a race. I'd definitely go on a hike.
I think hike would be cool. I just like the race because you get to collect all the medals. And
that's fair. We have some tangible to think about it. Like you look at it, remember when we did this? And
like I have my 3 up there. Like that donut one, I think is hilarious.
It's so good.
So I think it's like, I don't know. They're fun to have. And also like Mark has all of like his biking ones.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's fun to see.
It's fun to see.
Think back to it.
And you could be like, oh, I remember doing that.
100%.
But yeah. Well, sir.
Love it.
Love it. Appreciate you doing this.
Appreciate you having me, man. This was fun. We'll do it again.
Yeah, get it on the books again. I guess I'll try to get a yoga in before we do this next time.
100% we'll get a yoga in.
All right, man. Cool.
Love it.